when we were talking about going and meeting with on-site agents and trying to schmooze them up a little bit. So if unrepresented people come in, they might give you a call, but they like working with you. You know, hi Georgia Grace, just something to keep in mind. Really quickly today, I just have kind of a really brief topic, and then I'm going to let you guys go unless there's a lot of discussion. But before I get started, is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Looking at the numbers last night, I think we were up to like 16 written contracts for the month. That's pretty impressive, especially with a couple of days to go. So way to go, everybody. Looking good. What I wanted to talk about was I'm looking at a different, and don't act too elated and like jump through the roof. I'm looking at a different phone system for signs. So I'll let you know more about that once I have the conversation. I've done some initial stuff. But what I want to talk about is being prepared to answer that call and what it means to be prepared to be ready for sign calls. Because the whole premise behind it is ideally when that phone rings, somebody's calling because they're in front of one of our listings and want some information about it or would like to see it, right? So do you know enough about our listings to answer the call without having to say, where are you? What are you looking at? Okay, good. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. So let's script how to work around that and be prepared for it. One good thing to do is to every week on Monday at our meetings, we try to talk about if there are any new listings or anything, and we're updating each other throughout the week as new things come on. Make sure that you're printing those MLS sheets and have them with you. Always have a file of the MLS sheets for our active listings on hand so they're readily available and you can just grab them. That way, if you see Grasshopper come up, your left hand goes to your phone to hit accept, and your right hand goes to your folder to pull out all the MLS sheets. So when somebody says, hey, yeah, I'm calling to look at XYZ, you don't have to stumble and stall for too much time. Make sense?
That's a good idea. And I feel like whoever the listing agent is, when it goes live, I mean, you're putting everything into the computer anyway. You should just print X amount of MLS sheets, and maybe there could be someone at the office, like my listing's live today, and print the MLS sheets so everyone can grab one.
That's a good idea. Put it on everyone's desk.
Yeah, when you have a listing go live, just print out a few and drop on everybody's desk so they're just aware of it. Or once you finish inputting it into MLS, download the PDF as a courtesy and just blast it out to everybody real quick. Because two things. A, we want to sell our listings to help our sellers, right? B, we want to do duels because we know the other agent and we know it's not going to be a huge pain in the butt, ideally. At the very least, we know they're going to communicate with us and not completely ghost us.
Hopefully.
Even if the deal goes sideways because of a client's issue, it's not going to be because of an agent on our team. And as we continue to grow and get more signs in the yard, that's just the maturation of the business. We're going to get more of those calls. We're going to do more deals that are dual, but I just want you guys to make sure that you're prepared to answer the phone and answer those questions. Yeah, a lot of the calls we get are going to be crap, somebody trying to sell me something. And just FYI, you can just give them my email address and tell them to email me if they want to talk to me. I'm not calling any of those people back. So don't feel like you have to do a whole bunch of runaround. But for the sign calls, let's script it a little bit how you would handle it. Okay, who wants to go first? I'll be the caller.
Stephanie does.
All right.
Yeah, she just called me out. We should make her do it.
She'll go next.
Okay.
How about that? Give me a second. I'm not going to do your listing because you'll know it, and that's unfair.
Well, I don't have any MLS sheets in front of me right now.
I know. So the idea is to not know so we can figure out how to know better. if I gave you one you knew, we're not accomplishing anything. Okay?
They just like, that's a beautiful property.
I mean, it's easy. I always say,
Okay. You said it's easy, so let's hear it. All right. Ring, ring.
"Hi, this is Stephanie with the Oceaneer Realty. How can I help you?"
Hey, Stephanie, I'm interested in this house that's for sale. Can I look at it?
Sure, absolutely. What's the address?
It's, let's see. Honey, do you see a street number?
Just have that actually.
We're in Sneeds Ferry, kind of near the Handy Mart. What's this called? I think there was a bridge on the sign by the street.
Oh my gosh, I hate people like that. Real life.
Oh, is that all you're doing? Well,
Yeah.
if they're on the house, okay, so you must be at, what's your
There's no handy mart there.
We don't have any listings with a Handy Mart, okay?
It's some gas station.
What town are you in?
Sneeds Ferry. I'm by the bridge.
Bridge.
Peggy's Cove.
That gate.
Oh, you're at Peggy's Cove. Okay, sure, I can definitely help you with that.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing a lady's name on the sign. Yeah, that must be where we are. How much is this house?
How much is the house?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second so I can pull up the information for you. Honestly, that's what I would do because I don't know right now. And then I would pull it up.
So how much is it?
Well, do you want me to pull it up?
Make up a number. Just let's have a conversation.
230.
230. Wow. Didn't the one next door just sell and it was listed for that? I think it was smaller too.
This one has a great backyard. It sits against woods. It's a great location.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Next to it.
It's
When
really
would you like to go see it?
because we've got little dogs and their legs are real short and they roll when the ground is all slanted. And I don't want them running around in the mud if it rains. So you think I can take a look?
Sure, absolutely. When would you like to see it?
Well, I'm here right now. Can you come?
Absolutely. I will be right there.
Awesome. That's great. Now that was an easy call. So let's try it again.
Okay.
And I'll flip it back to you so you can do Richlands, okay?
Okay.
Nate, pretend you answer the call.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Nate with the Oceaneer Realty. How can I help you?
Oh, hey, Nate. I'm sitting in front of this house at Sneeds Ferry, and it looks like it's for sale. Can you tell me anything about it?
Can you tell me the address? We have a bunch of listings in that area.
Let's see. It looks like
Right now I'm pulling it up.
the number on the front is 228.
Okay, yeah, 228 Peggy's Trace. Yeah, it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's got a great backyard that backs up to the woods, and the owner is super motivated to sell it.
Ooh,
You want to take a look right now?
yeah. Are
I'll be
you
there in 10 minutes.
10 minutes, really? Hey,
You have you have a pre-approval letter?
say that again.
You have a pre-approval letter?
A what now?
Pre-approval letter with the lender?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe we should schedule this in like 3 days.
Okay, go show the house.
Should we be saying like the seller is super motivated, even if they are?
If they
Actually,
tell you.
Hey, you definitely shouldn't be saying that because you know the seller, so you should say.
I have a lot of agents tell me that.
And basically what you should do is let them know if you answer the call, you need to get somebody else to show it. So what you would need to do is get their info and say, yeah, I've got somebody in the area I think that can meet you there in 10 minutes. Can you give me 1 second and I'll call you right back.
So sidebar.
Yep.
I've asked my clients in the past if I can use that verbiage, if it's like something that's sitting for a while. That's okay, right?
Yeah, then you can, then it's fine. What I don't want you to do is if you answer it and if it's on your listing and this applies to everybody, is to go too far into the conversation because you're not going to be doing a dual deal with them as a dual agent. So you need to get as little information as possible and set it up so you can show it. Here's the script for that. Oh, that's great. I'm actually the listing agent for that property. I represent the seller. And you don't want me to know too much information about your situation should you want to make an offer because we don't do dual agency on our team. We want to make sure you have your own representation. So give me 5 minutes and let me have an agent who doesn't know anything about the seller give you a call, and then just get their information. Or if you're sitting in the office with somebody, you can just hand the phone over or something like that. You see where I'm coming from? We do have to be careful in that situation. That's a little bit of the delicate balance and dance we have to do on our team, because you're allowed to do both. Okay? Like in other places, if you only work with sellers, you're never going to answer the sign call anyways, because you're not on rotation for it. You see what I'm saying?
So how does that work? Like if, say they wanted to see the house, like I had a lead, they want to see it, I can't do it because it's my listing. Say I give it to Tiffany and they see the house, like, oh, we don't like it, but they are like actual legit lead. Like I just gave it, you know what I mean? Just like, so I just basically lost a lead because they wanted to look at my listing, but they don't even look at the house. Is that?
You said we could show it, and then if, you know, they say they're interested, then that's at that point you would hand them over.
Well, you could do this then. All right, let's reset, because I want it to be fair. You can go show the property. You just need to present it that before you tell me too much about yourself, I need you to know that I'm the listing agent. I represent the seller. I'll show you the property so you can get a good idea if you're interested in it. And if you are, another agent on my team will help you write an offer if that's what you want to do. If not, I'll help you find another home. How's that? Better?
Yeah.
All right, I'm fine with that. I think that's fair. You just got to be very straightforward about that, so they're prepared and you're setting the expectation, okay? Because honestly, I think if it's your listing, you should have first shot at the lead unless they're interested in that house, because you brought the lead, right? You brought the home.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about it that way. So what I want to do is script just a little bit more on actually answering the phone and somebody asking that question when you don't know right away. Instead of saying, well, I don't know, or hold on, let me check, and just saying that, what you are trying to eliminate is like radio silence. Okay? So ring, ring, hello, I'm interested in X. Oh yeah, I know that property. It is blah, 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 blah. And you just give a brief overview. What questions do you have about it? While you're asking that question, you're pulling the sheet out. Or you're saying, so, you know, how'd you come across this? Were you just driving by? Or did you see it online? Are you in front of the house now? There are a lot of filler questions that you can ask without really getting too much into their situation, while you're getting the time, or while you have the time to pull everything together so you can answer specific questions that they have.
I always get their name and phone number too, and I'll just say, can I have your name and number just in case we get disconnected? That way I can call you back.
Excellent script, right away.
Just
Hey, who am I talking to
Sure.
again?
Yeah.
Let me just get your information real quick in case we disconnect. Okay, I've got that information right here. What specific questions did you have? Hey, hold it down.
Because sometimes I feel like if I don't get their information before I tell them what they're asking, they're never going to give it to me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that. That's why I wanted to talk about this, so we can see how other people are doing it. And so, because what's the point of this call? Best practices, right? And scripting, so we're kind of doing both.
Sounds like such a little dog.
So, Doug, I have a question.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a devil's advocate question. I mean, not that I do that a whole lot, but, you know, I'll throw it out there anyway.
Specialty.
Here's something that I kind of like, I was talking about, I don't remember who I was talking about with, but so to me, like, we don't put up a under contract sign or a pending sign or sold.
Right.
Because it draws more business. But like, based off of the data that we had last year, how many sign call like sales did we have?
I can pull it, tell you. It's in.
And I guess it's kind of like a double-edged sword though, because like, for instance, you know, in my trying to dominate Peggy's Cove,
Yep.
you know, I would like to have people see, oh, that house is under contract quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which isn't the case right now, but I guess like being that it's 2020, you know, how many people are actually calling versus like driving by the house and like, hey, I'll pull it up on my app that uses GPS to tell me which house is right next to me.
Right.
I actually get a lot of sign calls from people asking information, and I've gotten 2 contracts that way.
Yeah.
they wanted one on the landing at Mill Creek, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's already under contract. Can I help you find something though? I'd be more than happy and it buy and sell for them. But you could use it.
I didn't know the data, but then the other reason is probably because my phone doesn't get sign calls very often.
They called my phone number from my writer.
Your writer, yeah. So that's different because you've got that on there as well. Yeah, I think the standard practice, more people don't put under contract on than use it. I mean, if you feel like that it's better to do that, then we can do it. I would counter and say the reason we don't do it is so we can continue to get business, but also so we can do a subsequent mailer after closing to the neighborhood to say sold in 4 days. Because I think that might be as impactful, if not more. Because if you put the under contract sign on there, unless it's really people that pay attention, and let's be honest, I don't think a lot of people pay attention. They've got stuff going on. I don't think it's really going to click unless it's immediate how quick something is going under contract. I mean, it's hard to get inside people's head.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is people typically don't call if they see under contract on the sign.
Or, I mean, you could do it to your discretion, maybe. Like if you're trying to farm Peggy's Cove and you want to put under contract so the neighbors see, then maybe do it for that, but maybe not for another listing in a different neighborhood that might have a lot of traffic come through.
I think that's a great point. We don't have to do the same thing everywhere, right? Let's use a little bit of common sense, especially when you're out there all the time, Nate. And, you know, you've had 4 signs in there over the last 6 months or whatever. You know, use it to your discretion. I'm fine with it. Let's talk about it and let's continue to share our thoughts. And I mean, let's try anything once and kind of see what kind of feedback we get. What I do want to make sure we're all continuing to do is once we close on these listings is to use our lender resources to do mailings to farm these neighborhoods. To say, boom, sold for, 99% of list price, or sold under contract in 4 days, or, something like that. 4th sale in the neighborhood in the last 6 months, something like that. I mean, present yourself as an expert. And then, the rest of it, we just kind of try different things until we find something we know works all the time or continue to evolve. Thoughts on that? Okay. Anything else?
I like that drawing, by the way. I know, it looks so easy. You just.
That's for you, isn't it, Felicia? Is that yours for your lot?
Yeah, that's for lot Newburgh.
Really the big thing that I wanted to talk about, because we haven't really touched on it, at least not in a long time, is really being prepared to take those calls so you can be effective and not blindsided. Because the first you spit out, or the hold on, oh God, please never say I don't know. Say, let me double check, because I believe the list agent just gave us an update about that. Let me make sure I have the most recent data in front of me. While I'm doing that, tell me about yourself. What's going on? How long you been looking? What brought you to this one? What stands out about it? What are you looking for? Where do you live now? What's your time frame? And that should give you enough time to pull it up. And by that point, you're building a relationship, or trying to anyways. Make sense? Okay. Any other questions or thoughts? Hope that's helpful.
It would be more helpful if our phones actually rang.
Well, I'm working on that too as I started the meeting. So just hang tight.
My
Mine doesn't
grasshopper
ring
never
at all,
rings.
So no one can yell at me.
We're working on that too, Charles. That's really all I have for today. Cool, great. Well, thanks.
Where's Janine and Juliana?
Juliana just got back from her trip this morning, I think, and had something immediately she needed to take care of. If I remembered correctly. Janine is in a closing this morning.
Oh, that's right.
She got a closing at 9. So So yay. I still think I'll probably be down there late tomorrow evening. Felicia, thanks for volunteering to have Dustin bring your thing over so we can maybe just load up the truck and make one trip with all the bigger stuff.
You're welcome.
And so Nate, I'll probably be down there tomorrow night, but probably won't do anything. We'll probably just wait until Thursday.
So what time do you want us all here Thursday?
I would say maybe around 11. Because they're going to have to get there and set stuff up before you can do anything anyways. So, and one,
You don't want us there earlier to help move stuff over?
well, I mean, I think we can just do it later,
Okay. Just so we're like out of their way.
you know, kind of. Because honestly, it shouldn't take more than an hour to move all that stuff. It's really nothing but the table in the back, the table in the front, the conference table, and the refrigerator. That shouldn't take too long.
Do you have?
Yeah, but and all the stuff like the paper and the signs and the,
I can do that. It's not that big. With all of us there, it literally,
that's true. It'll go pretty fast.
everybody takes 2 loads and you're done. So,
Does the table come apart?
huh?
Does the table come apart?
Just pull the top off, unscrew it from the bottom and pull the top off.
You could probably put the table straight in the trailer. You won't even take it apart.
As long as it fits through the door. I don't know if it'll fit through the door with the top on.
I love him.
All right, cool. Well, everybody go have a fantastic day and let me know if you need anything. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to sign up for your CE.
Bye.
Already done.
All right.
One-on-ones?
Huh?
One-on-ones?
One-on-ones. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay, bye.